Yo, 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 wiggity whack. Welcome back to episode 15, part 2 of the 2020 Rewind. We're taking a look at Kaldron, my water blast, fiery aura, and electric mastery sentinel on City of Heroes Homecoming. I'm on the Excelsior Shard. Let's get into our solo runs. I just put together this pretty sweet cover art image for this character using DALL-E. Yes, I'm sorry, it's AI art, but I think it looks pretty sweet. And I got to give a shout out props to one of the other YouTubers out there that's putting out some City of Heroes content to kind of give me a little inspiration on jazzing up the thumbnails. And that's Wednesday. Wedwo, what's going on? She's putting out some cool videos as well. So if you haven't checked out her site yet, I'll see about putting a link to her channel here in the description of this one. But anyway, she's got some sweet art. I'm assuming she's AI in her stuff too, but I don't know. Maybe she's just an awesome graphic artist out there and knows what the hell she's doing. Anyway, let's get down to City of Heroes business. This is Kaldron. He is a Sentinel, as I mentioned. Talked about him in my build video. And he's got all kinds of goodies in his. There we go. I had to fix a couple things in the background there. He's got a whole bunch of sets of IOs that kick some ass. So let's just take a quick look at that because one thing I did want to mention I didn't say or talk about too much in the build video was that this guy is designed to be in melee. I don't know if that was obvious, but even though he's a blast set, he does have some solid melee damage and aura because I had mentioned in the build I want to get people in tight and keep them there. And so I'm going to go into melee. I'm going to be using Whirlpool as a patch slow debuff of defense, damage, of course. That is also going to be teaming up with the burn patch over here. So I'm going to just drop that right underneath my feet. A little chance to knock down in that. I'm going to be water bursting underneath those fools. There is the chance for immobilize in this power. And then speaking of immobilizes, I have in the electric mastery set, I've got the chain fences to kind of keep things pegged right there. And then last but not least, in melee range, we've got ourselves a Shirako's Dervish set. That's going to be a little PB AoE aura all around me. So I'm going to get in there with those powers, try to do the little Pop-O-Matic with some water bursts, try to rely upon some knockdown here with the Superior Avalanche, and just blast away until they don't get up. All right, let's go ahead and stop talking about it and get down to it. And I do have my obligatory alt in the background. A couple people have asked, hey, how do you get these level 50s? Well, one way to do it, or so many level 50s. I think you have to have two accounts. I think that's the way to go. I don't want to say three accounts, but if you were so inclined, you could do that. But you have your second account, and I don't necessarily have to farm this guy up to, 50. I can just throw him in the background of my test videos here, and he'll get levels just as, I don't know, it's just as fast, but easy, right? I don't have to do anything. He's just sitting there. All right, let's go ahead and start. I'm going to talk some tactics here, a little bit of strategy for solo play. As a Sentinel, you definitely have range attacks, so you can unload at range, and you have this armor set that's going to keep you protected. So between the range standoff and then your mez protection, your resistance or defense armors, you're pretty safe just by, you know, doing that sort of technique. However, as I mentioned, I'm going to get into melee, so it's going to be a little riskier, but that's why I took something like the fighting pool and took tough over here. I've taken maneuvers. I've got combat jumping. So I have additional defenses and that sort of thing up here. What I talked about in the build is this guy was originally designed as a backup fire farmer. So I would be a complementary hitter role following behind my friend who had started, and I haven't seen him in a while. So, Wind, if you're out there, what's going on, my man? Anyway, we used to team up and do some farming. So he was always on his brute going to town, fire farmings, and I wanted to level up some other characters like a Sentinel. So I designed this character to have a whole bunch of fire defense and resistance to follow behind. So we'll see how this holds up in so-called regular normal gameplay. We have our friends the council. I am set to +2 times 6, but as usual, I get an extra higher level. There's 3 groups in this room. There's one up here, one to the left, one to the right. This is not a noob trap. You should easily be able to take these on one at a time and not have to worry about over aggro unless you wanted to. So I think what we'll probably do is stand behind some cover, throw something like Whirlpool, Water Burst around the corner here to get things popping, and then book it in there and start to put down some burn patch, that kind of thing. As a Sentinel, you don't have any controls. You have minimal debuffing, only through your blasting. If you can get some knockback, that's probably your strongest, debuff slash control. But I think I'm going to start down here. This looks like a fairly easy group to take on. They are a little bit spread out, but not too bad. Adjust my bike here a little bit. So let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to activate melee. I'm going to hasten up. There's no buffing going on here. Let's go double check my powers. There's Tidal Forces. There's Whirlpool. And then I got my Pop-O-Matic Water Burst sitting right here. There's my Burn. There's Consume. There's my Healing Flames. And there's my big old PPAOE nuke. Alright, let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to drop a pool. Hell, I'm going to actually Geyser. Sorry, it's not a PBOE. It's a boom like that. Good night. Let's torch him, baby. Torch him. More water. Good night. Bye-bye. See you later. I really like the colors on this guy, if I don't mind bragging about the costume. Let's get over there. Oh, I do have stealth in my sprint. A little burn patch going. With some knockback from the winter set I've got in there. Taking a little bit of damage, but not a big deal. I do have a heal. Now, the one bad thing about my rehab circuit that is also heal, I can't use it on myself unless I have an ally, which I do have the lore pets, the Carnies. Oh, somebody's still shooting at me over here. Can you believe this? I also do have a heal with... Oh, what is that power there? Dehydrate. So I've got the PBOE click heal. I've got my dehydrate blast heal. I have my ally heal, which can heal me if I'm close enough in the rehabilitating circuit. So I've got enough ways to heal myself. And I think, yeah, your cauterizing blaze is a toggle that does heal over time, it says. So I'm just not seeing any clicks, so maybe it's a regeneration. While active, you're surrounded by flames. Cauterize your wounds, healing for a small amount. Well, why is it not doing anything? Let me shut it off for a second and see if it activates. Turn it on. Huh, don't know. Guess I don't know what it's doing. You're surrounded by flames, cauterizing your wounds, healing you. Maybe I don't have any wounds, so that's why it's not turning on. We'll have to keep an eye on that, guys. Let's get in there. Boom. 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 Burn patch going. So you do get scatter. It's hard to control that with this guy. Still not seeing... Alright, there's cauterized. It's... Alright, so it says in the chat window over here that my cauterizing aura is ticking for 38. But it's not showing up as an animation, as a number. So I don't know if that's a bug. I'm assuming it is. So Homecoming devs, add another one to your list. Cauterizing Blaze is not animating the green pretty numbers. Although the chat window says it's working. Let me go and see if it shows up in combat attributes. Let's see. Gen. Endurance. Would it show up here anywhere? Healing received. I don't know if it's going to show up or not. In this window, anyway. Well, anyway, it's supposedly working. It's not showing up. I'll tell you what, I'll take some damage and see what happens. Oh, look, there's my Galaxy friends. 53s, bosses, of course. Well, I got something for them. Big old pop. Big old level up. Okay, start stirring it up. I don't know what makes them scatter more, a burn patch or the whirlpool. Ah, screw you, healing. This baby down here. Go get the knockdown with the proc firing. I really like that. Alright, you want to stand up? Get down. See if I can back off so you won't res. Ah, screw you, heal this. No resing for you. Yeah, this is annoying me that my cauterizing aura is not actually showing up. I want to make sure this that guy ran all the way over there. Oh, look, more galaxies. Holy shit. I never see galaxies. Now, what I'm liking so far is I really don't need to do anything as far as inspiration use, really. Try to stay a little bit at range here. Not liking the damage I'm taking. Let's get in close. See if I get more mitigation this way. Why you guys are running? Let's get the patches going. Patches O'Houlihan. And down he goes. So far, did that guy res? No, I was gonna say so far, I don't really feel in danger. I don't feel like I'm hemorrhaging endurance or anything. I feel like I could do this all day and not have a problem. But that's usually what I experience with these +2. Although occasionally I'll have issues with those stupid galaxy bosses. And start frying these guys. Ouch. More patches for you. Yeah, that knockdown and burn patch is nice. Here, more whirlpool. I've got Mez protection, bitch. So I was working on farming up my other Sentinel that I'm going to run right after this one. Getting his vet levels all unlocked. And his incarnates fired up. And my farmer, Radiation Fire Brute, guy was a champ. Guy got 4 purple recipes. It was great. In, like, I don't know, 2 maps. I think I had 3 on 1 run, which was awesome. Okay, let's jack these guys up. I don't know what the hell is up there. Jesus. Alright, this guy's mean business. The one thing I want to make sure I can do is handle sort of standard content, not just farming. Which is why when I make my farmers, I don't just make them to, you know, only fire. Certainly that's a big aspect of it, but I try to make them more universal. So if I want to play them outside of a farm, they're usable. Not just, you know, one-trick ponies. See how much damn scatter I get? That's the problem with Sentinels, you know, you got all this armor to stay safe, but crap just runs if you have any sort of fear or afraid powers. I was just thinking is what if you went with control hybrid to get the extra mag in your immobilize. That'll help with bosses. Alright, so he's just standing there. Burn patch, he's not running from that either. Well, that's his fault. I don't see the auto device in here. Might be the other way. Slow down. 53s again. Don't think it's going to be a problem. I'll eat one of those just to max out my... I mean, it's just a devastating triple blast combo. Pyronic, Geyser, and Water Burst. Look, I stopped them from wolfing out. How far are those guys scattered over there? I mean, this water or fire can lay out some damage. Not gonna lie. That was the point. I'm really impressed that my endurance management is top notch. I'm not sweating it at all. It helps that you have enough damage to lay stuff out pretty quick, but not too shabby. This ass. Alright, you know what we're gonna do just for giggles? I think you know what's gonna happen. Right? You know I gotta test this shit. Come on, you effers. Get over here. I think I've had about 2/3 level 53s on this map. So this is why I wanted the melee hybrid, so I can just stand there and get juiced up on their proximity. Alright, so unloading these guys are pissing me off. Yeah, let's get up again, why not? Alright, they're done. Let's clickety-doo-dah here. Alright, more targets. Oh, look. Galaxies, can you believe it? Do have knockdown problems. If they hit me with a high enough mag, I think I've only got +4 KB protection. That's one thing you need to worry about on a fire farm, and too much is knockdown. Although they did update the mobs with, I think it's combustion attack now has knockdown. If you're fire farming. Fuck, you guys seen how many freaking galaxies? That's one thing with Rehab Circuit, Electric Mastery. Really, that power is useless on solo. Unless I pull out my pets. You can cheese it a little bit if you use your prestige pet. The Wisp or whatever you take. There we go. Done. Alright, that was it. About 20 minutes. A little bit longer than normal, but ton of galaxies. A bunch of, +3s when I set the +2s. So it's sort of, sadly, par for the course with these revamped console. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and set up this next mission. I'm going to kick this up to +3 × 8. I don't think I'm going to have a big problem with it. But we're going to see. We'll be right back. Alright, we're back for the next mission. Set to 53 × 8. Some more console. Looking for Archon Osunta. Ass you into? What ass you into, bro? I just got that. This guy's into ass, apparently. That's sick. Alright, let's do this. Juice up a little bit. Because I just want to annihilate this group over here. And I missed a couple guys. That's not normal. Just keep putting down these patches. Of course, wolf out while you're at it. Man, that should be interruptible. Start whooping this guy again. Oh, it's one of the darky ones, too. Suck it. I think when Wednesday was running one of her missions, she was talking about getting the scanner there to see what these guys' numbers go up to. Somebody commented about that. I forget, but anyway, man, I really want to know. I don't know if Wednesday, if you've done that or not. Run the power scanner on these frickers after they res, because their HP have got to like triple or something. I don't know. Just realized I don't have vulnerability on my tray. That is the revised Sentinel inherent. So you can target somebody when it's lit up, and I believe it lowers their damage resistance and stuff. Let's bring some more guys over here. F this guy. We're getting wrecked. These guys like to lay out damage, huh? Get it in there. Get them in there. Suck it. Yeah, I really wish I knew my flames there were healing me, because I'm not sure. I think this guy was trying to wolf out. No, no freaking way. He was dead. That is bullshit. This game is freaking cheating. Freaking Dark Wolf bullshit. Hit him with everything. And I'm not even missing that tier 2 attack or the water jet. So even though I don't have a ton of single target attacks, my recharge is good enough that I don't miss it. Okay, let's go up a level. See if S Uinta is up here. Stuff another purple just in case. I don't need these effing reses. I don't need those emerges. Get rid of that shit. Looks like I got a full house of 54s, man. This ain't playing, huh? All right, you know, ballsy people would go up here and take them all on, but I'm not that confident yet with 54s. Oh, the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to summon my little pets for this one. And here's vulnerability. It puts minus resist, minus defense, minus stealth on the target you pick. And the numbers, let's see if it has it on there, 15%. Debuff to resistance to damage, I think that is. Endurance buffing. I don't know if that's recovery. It's a hit debuff, resistance debuff. I guess it's doing a hell of a lot more than I thought. Defense debuffing. Alright, so it debuffs the crap out of stuff. This might need to be updated then, because it only says resistance defense, but it's pretty much debuffing everything. I don't know if this aggro's or not. Let's find out. No. Okay, let's do this. I do want more than one, so I'm gonna... Oh yeah, I forgot I got shit for range on a Sentinel. There we go. Here they come. And that'll trigger my Sears. Not my Sears, the Carnies I've got. Hopefully they don't aggro shit. Damn werewolf. Oh yeah, now I can show you my rehab circuit. There you go. So if I target through my big boy. Ooh, this guy's doing some damage to me. Alright, I'll do this. So I can target through him and heal. Let's take him out. Come on, kill him before he wolfs out. Nope. So my Carney back here is throwing Forge on me, which is a nice buff to damage. It's a hit. Alright, come on, dude. Don't stand there. I don't want to put him in aggressive just because I don't know if he'll tear off after the guy's up on the ramp. These 54 wolves, when they res, are like AV levels of hit points. Resistance or something. So yeah, rehab circuit. It wants to jump between them and me if I'm next to him. All right, let's do this. Pretty good here. There's Archon. Let's jack him up. Let's get a little bit of love going here. Okay, break line of sight. Let him come to me. Die. I'm really getting some work out of that knockdown proc. I think it's Avalanche. This guy's not going to die in time. Shit. I really hate the stance that opportunity or vulnerability, whatever it is, puts you in. That hands on hips crap. I wasn't expecting knockdown to be as big of a problem as it's been. Not that it's been a big deal, but I think it's 3-4 times now I've been knocked down. Could be a problem. 54 bosses, gotta love it. Yeah, I guess it was smart not to go up there and take on those two groups because I think I would have been squashed. Alright, so I got a group right underneath here. And what I want to do is drop Whirlpool down there, I think, just to kind of stir shit up. But I want to drop it right around here so that when they try to come up, they're going to keep running through it until they can get to see me. Let's try it right there. Let's try to even some odds here. Jesus. See if I can get him. Stay down. Get him again. Don't get him. Don't get up. Get him. Shh. No. That's bullshit. Alright, here we go. Another big frickin' 5-minute fight. So your tidal forces boosts at 3 of your different powers. For instance, when I hit it right before I use Dehydrate, it boosts the amount of healing you do. So it's not just a damage buff or to hit buff, or yeah, it's a hit or damage buff. It boosts some of your secondary effects of your blasts. I think it does greater knockup for water bursts as well. But I'm not 100% sure what the bonus is on Geyser. Alright. Found this a-hole. 2 groups, but 53s. Alright, I'm going to drop a patch raider on the corner. Juice up a little bit. Hit him. I wish the whirlpool had a little bit more slow. More resin. This is awesome. Range limitations a pain. So Sentinels, one of the things I forgot about was one of their big differences with blasters is I think all of their blasts have a shorter range than the blaster set. No. Oh, I thought he was about to transform. Alright, down he goes. Alright, so that was it for him. About another 20 minutes on that one. I don't need to bother with these guys. It's not really worth it. I don't think my ult is close to leveling now, so I'm not going to bother trying to get any little more XP. But there you go. That's it. Lots of damage, right? I think they can put it out there. Same kind of issues though with the bosses as I found with most of my other characters at this point. They do, I think, clear a little bit faster than, let's say, my defenders, corruptors, that sort of thing. But they don't have to hide as much as I had to do with those other, squishier sets or archetypes. I was able to just kind of get in there and take on a bunch of groups. I think if this was just lieutenants, minions, you'd be just ripping things to shreds, or non, rezzing bosses. It would be much faster, much easier. You saw a couple times I just grabbed up a couple groups because I wasn't afraid of the, damage. Was able to handle that, and any damage that I was getting through, I had two, three different ways to heal it, so it wasn't a big deal. So I think it's a solid build. Still has some scatter issues. I don't know if it's necessarily burn. The lightning field has I think, an effect to it. The only time I can really taunt is when my melee is activated and the enemies have to be in range. I'm not tier 4 on this one yet, so I think you're capped at 7. Yeah, I think it goes up to 9. So anyway, if you had a big group of guys around you and they're not all really close and tight, you might really only be taunting 4 people at this point. Anyway, there you go. That is Kaldron, the solo strategy. I'm going to go ahead and fire up some team missions. I'm going to try to put together a group of, I don't know, 5, 6 people, whatever, and showcase some tactics that you can do with this guy. He'll be a little bit more usable as far as having my rehabilitating circuit, because I couldn't use that to do anything except for heal and buff my one pet. But once you're on a team, this is actually a nice little, it's not the greatest heal. I think it's like 150 or whatever. But, you got somebody taking a beating on your team, blaster, defender, dominator, something like that. You can hit them with it. It's not going to really make a big scratch for like a brute or tank's hit points, but it's a little something something, and you just kind of splash it around. It's not like your only thing, of course. If you're going to focus and try to be a healer, Sentinel, no, this is not the way to do it. All right, we'll catch you in the team stuff. Have yourselves a good night, and peace out.